I want to welcome you all to my hometown, and I'm looking forward to all that this year brings.
And we are so excited to bring another year of living history to Central Illinois, specifically here in Springfield. This is our 6th year. First, I'd like to introduce a few folks. Jan Kimmerling from the Illinois Office of Tourism, an incredibly important partner for us. Allie Grady from Illinois Historic Preservation, and Dale Phillips, the superintendent of Lincoln's Home. And all of the rest of you are very significant too, but those 3 are the ones that I chose to point out. History Comes Alive was developed and implemented after the bicentennial in 2009. The bicentennial program, largely living history based, proved to be of great interest among domestic travelers and concentrated a daily schedule that produced increased visitation as well as extended overnight stays. We are now in our 6th year of History Comes Alive here in Springfield, and I would love to invite Mayor Langfelter up to come up and talk to us about from a city perspective and as your first year as mayor during History Comes Alive.
Well, thank you, Sarah. And what a great way to start it with the Troubadours. It's an outstanding reflection of our community and having young individuals that really know how to sing. So we appreciate them coming today and sharing their talents with us. And thank you to the media that came to cover this event and all of you in attendance. We really appreciate it because History Comes Alive is about Springfield. It's about what Abe went through, of course, and going back in time and sharing that with individuals that might not always remember that. Of course, if you read a lot, you would glean upon that. But even for myself as being a Springfield resident, sometimes we take it for granted. So it's important that we go back in time and create those programs, and that's what History Comes Alive means to me. This summer we will once again offer visitors a way to enjoy the city's historic sites and attractions through music, costumed interpreters, tours and demonstrations that transport you back in time to Lincoln's era. These special programs encourage visitors to stay longer in our city and return again for new experiences, boosting visitor spending and contributing to the local economy. The programs add value to the visitor's experience, offering something you won't find anywhere else in the world, and create great memories for thousands of people who attend each summer and visit Springfield. History Comes Alive entices visitors to choose Springfield as their vacation destination because they offer something you won't find anywhere else in the world: Abraham Lincoln and the time he lived. They offer new ways to experience our city's historic sites and explore the arts, cultures, political, and domestic life of the 19th century. With the budgets for many tourism programs uncertain, the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau has secured grant funds for History Comes Alive through the Illinois Office of Tourism to ensure that it will continue this summer. I'd also like to thank and recognize the Lincoln Home National Historic Site, Dale Phillips, we appreciate it, for contributing funding for their budget for programming this summer at the home. We recognize the value of this series of programs and know that it will be another great summer for tourism in Springfield. Thank you again, especially your attendance today, and thank you for bringing visitors to Springfield. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you. We all know this couldn't be done without partners, and on this board it's kind of small, but we are debuting the sandwich boards that we are going to be using out on the streets of Springfield. We got a little bit later start this year, so we are doing weekly schedules, and thanks to the CVB, we will have a schedule like that microscopic one there on boards that will cover from Mr. Lincoln's feet down to the bottom, so that they're easy to find, and it will also shoot people to the Convention and Visitors Bureau website for the full schedule. And we're going to see how that works this summer with kind of giving just-in-time kind of information. But on this sheet, you've got the partners who are all participating, providing programs. This, to say a partnership is invaluable. This year, everybody jumped in Everybody's contributing, and we are going to have a summer just as good as any of the last summers. And in fact, to that point, I would invite Mary Alice Davis to come up. We have a check presentation that is illustrative of the type of support we get and all the different ways that support comes for History Comes Alive.
The Sangamon County Historical Society, in partnership with the Old State Capitol Foundation, had a trivia night last March. We had 150 eager players, had a lot of fun, and we want to donate the proceeds to the Lincoln Troubadours.
Thank you very much. It was fun. We had a wonderful evening, and we all knew trivia, and Mary Alice and our table, we sort of won first prize.
And we donated it back.
And we donated.
Did you all get your pictures? Step back up there.
Okay.
But I think Troubadour is a fitting way to say thank you, perhaps, to the Old State Capitol Foundation and Sangamon County Historical Society, would be to sing another song.
Oh, Susanna, oh, Susanna. 1, 2, 3. Oh, don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry for me. Oh, don't you cry for me. My trouble for me. Oh, don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry for me. Oh, don't you cry for me. Oh, don't you cry for me. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me. I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Oh, don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry. Oh, don't you I had a dream the other night when everything was still. I thought Susanna, but I had the boy in her mouth, the tear in her eye. But Susanna coming from the south, Susanna. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me. I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me. I come from Alabama, don't you cry. Don't cry. I come from Alabama, don't you cry. Don't you cry for me. Don't you cry for me. Hey!
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you guys. Awesome. You know, actually, having said that, I would now invite Justin Blanford, superintendent of the Springfield Historic Sites, if Justin's still here in the building. So.
Well, I think, Lincoln continues to be Illinois and Springfield's greatest ambassador throughout the world, shedding light on our democracy today, what it means to us, and how we arrived at this particular point in time. And the Lincoln Troubadours complement that by being ambassadors for our town and our state on the streets of Springfield. They are far more than just musical performers. These are representatives of our program and ambassadors for tourism and for our city and for their generation as well. I hope some of you get a few minutes before they depart today or during the summer to get to know some of these young people who are truly amazing individuals. They're fine examples for other young individuals, and they just do so much, I think, to breathe life into the historical fabric of our city and make it fresh and enjoyable and fun for those who come. So our hearts go out to them as they energize up for another great season. And I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the hundreds of volunteers that our historic sites and museums rely on. This is truly a community-wide effort and a regional effort through the Abraham Lincoln National Heritage Area. And it's important to point out that we have volunteers that travel from all around the heritage area to be in our city. They go through great expense on their own cost to be here and to give of their time, and we are grateful. Our city comes alive through that volunteer effort every single day. We couldn't do it without them, and we are so thankful for all that they give. So I think we saw a tremendous outpouring of that recently with the Abraham Lincoln funeral anniversary, and we again extend our thanks to the Funeral Coalition that helped organize that, again, all in a volunteer effort. And moving forward, we're going to continue to learn from that opportunity and recognize our volunteers along the way. So I want to say thanks to President-elect Lincoln and the Troubadours and our volunteers who give of their time and energy every day. Thank you.
And having said that, tell us about the kickoff event tonight, because it happens to be full of volunteers at a historic site.
You know, one of the groups that's been giving for a tremendously long period of time, very selflessly in our community, is the 114th Volunteer Reactivated. And this is a community-minded group that volunteers thousands of hours, undoubtedly, every year. And we're fortunate that one of those places where they volunteer routinely during the summer is at the Lincoln Tomb State Historic Site. The well-known flag ceremony actually is one of the existing ideas that helped give shape to History Comes Alive. And so we encourage everyone to come out and just start celebrating with us today. You can come out and enjoy this wonderful flag retreat ceremony, extremely moving experience on the grounds in front of the Lincoln Tomb. And while you're there, you can check out another investment by the state of Illinois, which was the restoration of the receiving vault. IHPA, over the course of the last 15 months, oversaw that preservation investment by the state of Illinois, and it was finished in time for the Lincoln funeral anniversary, and we're very proud of that. That beautiful restoration work that was completed in our community. So yes, please come out, but if you can't make it this Tuesday night, this runs all the way through August, and it's something that people can plan for. So we hope to see many of you out there. Great. Thank you, Sarah.
All right. Just a quick note about what the long-term plans are for History Comes Alive. It is our collective intent to keep growing this actually in two ways. One way is to bring living history to the city of Springfield year-round, not just for a period of time in the summer, but to do things with our historic sites and through beautiful places like Edwards Place on a year-round basis, so that we're celebrating history year-round. And the other way is through the Abraham Lincoln National Heritage Area and our 42 counties within central Illinois. We have living history programs going on throughout the year as well, and we look to Springfield as our hub for visitors to either start a visit in Springfield and move out to one of the other communities, or start in another community and culminate their visit in Springfield. So those are the two ways that we look forward to continuing to grow History Comes Alive in the future. Now, Erica, Ms. Erica, our host, I think you wanted to perhaps talk about something. Oh, I was looking over there. I'm sorry. You want to tell us what's coming up here? Maybe give us a sentence or two about Edwards Place.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to welcome everybody here. I don't know if everyone has been here since we opened up in February, but you're standing in the newly restored parlors of Edwards Place. We just underwent a year-long $500,000 interior restoration of the first floor. We're trying to turn back the clock as accurately as possible to the days when Abraham Lincoln came here as a guest. In these 4 rooms, we were actually able to reproduce the historic wallpaper. You see a fragment of it there. So we're really trying to give it that Lincoln look and feel, and we are hoping to welcome visitors here this summer. We offer guided tours Tuesdays through Fridays at 1, 2, and 3 in the afternoon, and Saturdays at 12, 1, and 2. And we'll be welcoming Mr. Lincoln here Fridays from 12 to 1, where we'll talk about manners and possibly music and parlor games for children. We hope you'll stop on by, and thank you for visiting Edwards Place.
Thank you. Mr. President-elect, any parting words you would like to give us?
Thank you for coming. Goodbye.
would open it up for questions and encourage you all to be making your plans for your weekly trips downtown to catch all of the History Comes Alive events.